Hey, I'm Teja Gerken with Peghead Nation, and today I'm here with a gorgeous example of the Santa Cruz RS model guitar. As you can tell, it's a 12-fret guitar with a slope-shouldered dreadnought style body. You might be able to tell that it's got kind of a wide neck, even wide string spacing at the saddle. All indications that this guitar is loosely based on the famous Roy Smeck guitar. That was an instrument that originally came out, I believe, in the 30s. It was originally designed as a lap style guitar, lap slide guitar. Many of them have been converted for standard playing. They've many fans of these types of guitars out there, and it's sort of become a lesser known but very distinctive type of instrument. And I've recently had a chance to play a vintage one of these, and I was reminded by how cool these guitars are. And as luck should have it, just days later I got a note from Santa Cruz that they would like me to demo this very guitar. So here I am. This instrument is a slightly customized version of the standard RS that Santa Cruz has had in its offerings for a long time. Again, as I mentioned, it's got the slope-shoulder dreadnought body combined with a 12-fret neck. One distinctive feature of these guitars is that they are deeper than a standard slope-shoulder dreadnought would typically be, and that adds to their sonic qualities. These just tend to be super deep and rich sounding guitars. Between moving the bridge closer into the sweet spot of the lower bout by having the 12-fret neck and the extra depth, you just get this super fat and rich sounding guitar that I find is very distinctive throughout these different interpretations of that general concept. Standard Santa Cruz RS models come with mahogany back and sides and a Sitka spruce top. This particular guitar is built with Macassar ebony back and sides and an Adirondack spruce top. And as you can tell, it's got this gorgeous sunburst finish on it. This guitar shipped without a pickguard. There's actually a pickguard in the case, so if you were going to play with a pick, that may be something you would want to put on there. As it is, I'm glad they left it off because it's such a gorgeous top, and if you're playing fingerstyle, you just might want to leave it that way. In terms of the appointments, we have this really cool, what Santa Cruz calls their S29 herringbone purfling. I've seen this on other Santa Cruz guitars, and I think it's just a really gorgeous design. We have a standard kind of a 2-ring black and white rosette, Ivoroid binding on both the body and the neck, simple dot inlays, Waverly tuners with white buttons, kind of a small footprint bridge, and overall appointments that could be a vintage style kind of a treatment to the guitar, but really, as with all Santa Cruz guitars, an exact recreation of any vintage instrument is not really what that company is about. It's about creating their own interpretations of these guitars. And I should add that really, as with any Santa Cruz guitar, this is the kind of guitar where the closer you look, the more impressed you are. The craftsmanship and the fit and finish and the quality of the materials is just stunning, and that's been a case with really all Santa Cruz I've ever seen. But I think I will say that having been around Santa Cruz guitars for 30 plus years now myself, the company just keeps outdoing itself. Everyone I play and see recently just seems to be even a notch up from the ones before. So this is a wonderful example of that. I mentioned the wide neck and string spacing dimensions. This guitar has a 1 13/16 inch nut, and the string spacing at the saddle is 2 5/16. So definitely wider than most dreadnoughts, and even a little bit wider than a lot of OMs. Many of us fingerstyle guitarists really love these kind of dimensions. I find that having that extra room at the bridge really facilitates fingerstyle playing. And of course, if you have fat fingers, having a little bit of extra width at the nut is also great. Very comfy. Definitely a bit of a heft to the neck. This is not a modern low profile kind of a neck, but I think that would actually not be a good match for this overall character of the guitar. This is not what I would consider a too chunky of a neck or too clubby of a neck, but there's definitely some meat on it. And again, it matches the character of this guitar, and it's still very comfortable to play. The guitar has a 24 3/4 inch scale, so relatively low tension on the strings, and just really a joy to play. So you can probably tell just by playing this open low string in standard tuning, open low E, a lot of power, a lot of low end, just really satisfying volume to play, and quite responsive for playing fingerstyle. I wouldn't consider it the most responsive fingerstyle guitar. But especially if you play with a slightly heavier attack, super satisfying. You just get a lot of meat, a lot of texture playing this guitar fingerstyle. Of course, if I'm playing it with a pick, a lot of volume would do very well playing rhythm behind other instruments. Again, the playability with this wider neck is just super comfortable for players who might feel a little bit cramped on a typical kind of 14 fret slope shoulder neck. I have always liked the general concept of a dreadnought 12 fret guitar for playing fingerstyle if it's built right. And this guitar is clearly built with a good response in mind. I didn't mention it earlier, but the guitar also has Adirondack bracing and hide glue construction in this case. And Santa Cruz uses their double tapered X bracing on these instruments. And so to me, this is an example of a guitar that sort of, if you can physically handle the depth and the size of a slope shoulder body, would just make a really fine fingerstyle guitar. So I think to go out, I'm going to drop it down into a low C tuning and just play a little bit of fingerstyle on it that way, give you a sense of the richness you get in a low tuning with this guitar. And I think it's really something to consider, especially if you're looking for a powerful fingerstyle guitar. The string spacing and neck dimensions really are kind of ideal for being played that way. And I think this 12 fret slope shoulder body is a great alternative to sort of the more common 14 fret jumbo concept that a lot of fingerstyle players who are looking for a powerful guitar tend to gravitate to. So lovely guitar from Santa Cruz, slightly customized version of their RS model with the Macassar ebony back and sides, Adirondack spruce top. Definitely worth checking out, and I hope you get a chance to. Before I go out playing the guitar fingerstyle in the low tuning, let me invite all those of you who are watching this on YouTube to come over to pegheadnation.com, not just for all of our gear demos, but also our many courses and lessons, not just for guitars, but many other stringed instruments. And we'd love to see you there. My name is Teja Gerken, and I think I go out and play a little bit of the Irish shebeg shemore in low C tuning on this guitar.